your first time on the channel, subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, do whatever you gotta do with it, but just make sure you hit the thumbs up for me. It helps the algorithm, but it also helps me be able to do more videos for you guys to teach you the things I know, all the tips and strategies that are relevant to 2021, right? So, most people will talk about stuff that is not relevant, but the topic, current things that are happening right now when it comes to credit, I wanna make sure you guys know them. And so today we're gonna talk about something I think is really gonna be cool. And I'm gonna share with you some of the things that I did along my journey when I started with a 505 credit score and I built the credit game. I want you guys to know this first, that I built the credit game for me. This entire system was built for me. It was not built for you guys. When I built this, I decided, hey, my credit score is bad. What am I going to do? How am I going to document something, right? So it never was in a platform. But what it was documented and journaled like, hey, okay, here's where I'm at. I'm at 505. How do I get to the 800s? What do I need to do? So I did my research and I said, okay, let me go out and survey a bunch of people that have an 800 credit score to figure out and do my own due diligence to figure out what they're doing, how they did it, and what are some of the tips and strategies that they did to get there. So along my way from 505 all the way up to 800, I've documented everything that's inside the credit game. And what you guys will have access to is, in my opinion, probably the greatest content ever on credit to help you not only just get to a high credit score, but also to maintain it. The more important thing is not getting to an 800. The more important thing is keeping it, not going backwards, right? So just like millionaires, multimillionaires, people make a lot of money and then they fall back and they hit bankruptcy. It's because they didn't know how to make it. Just like you can make it to an 800. But what you get when you get there is people that are uneducated and they don't know how to maintain it. They don't know how to maintain the money, they don't know how to maintain the credit, and therefore they go backwards. So what I teach you is not only how to get the high credit score, but also maintain it, keep it, leverage it, and build off of it. Okay, and so I'm going to share with you guys something that I've been able to put together over the last, 2 years, 3 years maybe. I've been able, and I talk a lot about this, is why I have 43 credit cards. So yeah, 43 credit cards. There's $390,000 here in open lines of credit. So what I did today was I went through and just added all the credit limits up and I got to $390,000. So there is a quote that says, once you get to a 800 credit score, you're now worth $100,000. And what that means is if I can get you to over an 800 credit score, I can help you not just get there, but then maintain it and also leverage it to get more credit cards. So with the 43 credit cards, right, you got the American Express Platinum card, got the Chase Business credit card, got the Navy Federal credit card, got another American Express Business credit card, got the highest credit limit you can get to $80,000 flagship from Navy Federal, ViStar, another American Express credit card. What do we got here? We got US Bank, a little US Bank action here, a little Citibank, another Best Buy, got TD Bank here, got another American Express here. Oh, I love Barclays, right? So I had to get a couple of those bad boys, the JetBlue, the Buffalo Bills Barclays card, AA Vantage credit card. And then, obviously, I couldn't go through them all. But, these are all major credit cards. These are not debit cards, okay? They're credit cards that have a lot of power. And when you have $390,000, you essentially could keep a very low utilization because you don't have to use one credit card. You see, what you guys do, if you get one credit card too, you use the credit card and it smashes your utilization and your score drops because you're using it. You only got 2,000 of 3,000 available credit. So if you use it, you buy something with a decent purchase, now you got a 50%, 60% utilization. What do you think is going to happen to your score? It's going to decrease significantly because that's 30% of your score. What if you had a bunch of credit cards? What if you had 43 credit cards, right? And you have 43 credit cards, and if I use one of my credit cards, even if I took my Barclays credit card, which has a $40,000 limit, and I put 30,000 on it, my credit score won't move. It won't budge a single point probably because I have 390,000 available. Now I just put 40,000 on there, right? I'm less than 10% still. So now I'm at 10% utilization. Whereas you guys have 1, 2, 3 credit cards maybe. You use a credit card, you buy a TV, you go on a vacation one time, and boom, you're dealing with 60, 70% utilization, your score tanks. Okay, so utilization is the second biggest thing that is causing people to not know why their credit score is going down. Like, why is my credit score lowering and lowering? I have no negatives. It's utilization. If it ain't a late payment collection or charge off, it is utilization that is keeping your credit score down. They're the two main factors that are going to keep your credit score low. Don't get late payments. Put your credit cards on auto deduct. Put your car on auto deduct. Put your rent payment or your house payment on auto deduct. What that means is every month, let them pull the payment. I've surveyed 50 people with over an 800 credit score, and that was the number one thing they said. They all put their credit cards on auto deduct. Now, I know some of you guys are like, I don't like it coming out of my account. Listen, put the minimum payment, set it up, forget about it. Set it, forget it. That theory right there has done, it's literally been the golden key for I can't keep track of 43 credit cards. Well, where to pay them? I have a spreadsheet, or on Google Sheet, I keep a spreadsheet, but I just set it up on auto and just literally just pulls the little minimum payment out of it each month. That's how you build a credit score. So here's a way that you can get, because now I know you guys are asking, well, why do you have 43? Well, number one, it gives me freedom. Number two, it gives me leverage. Number three, it builds my credit. I got an 829 credit score. I can help you guys get there. I'm going to share with you why more credit is better. Simply for the reason of freedom alone, where I have a $40,000 credit card, an $80,000 credit card, and essentially unlimited American Express. So if I wanted to buy a house, I could buy a house on a credit card. If I was dumb, I would do that, but I wouldn't do that. But if I was, then I would do it that way. I could do it that way. More credit cards gives you more freedom. Now, how do you get more credit cards? Because you're like, how do you get 43 credit cards in that short period of time? Well, that's knowing the credit game. That's knowing the game of stacking. That's knowing the game of the secret lenders list. And that's knowing the game of how to get multiple inquiries, but 4 times the amount of credit cards. I'm going to give you a little trick here. Let's suppose that you were applying for credit cards. Now, this works better with credit unions than it does banks, major banks, okay? So with credit unions, you can get one pull, and up to typically 60 days, they can use the same credit report, okay? So how I got my I got 2 loans and 3 credit cards, all from the same bank, 1 inquiry from Equifax. Now, generally with credit unions, they're going to pull from Equifax. They're not going to pull from Experian or TransUnion, but there are some credit unions that do pull those other bureaus, which in this video at the bottom, I'm going to give you the secret lenders list, because what this list is going to tell you is what credit bureau the card pulls from. It's going to tell you the score needed to get the card, and it'll actually give you the approximate credit limit you can get based on your score. So let's say, and this doesn't work for Navy Federal, by the way. Let's say that we are using PenFed. Now with PenFed, the cool thing that you can do is you can get a credit card, another credit card, and a loan and a line of credit, all from the same bank, all pull in Equifax, and all with 1 inquiry. Some banks allow you to do that. It's called stacking. Some banks won't let you do that, okay? So potentially, we've got multiple credit unions here in Jacksonville, Florida. So what I did, remember I was showing you guys this one? The ViStar, okay? The ViStar credit card here allows me to get multiple accounts. So what I did was I got 2 credit cards from ViStar, and I got a line of credit through ViStar. Okay, now 3 accounts, 1 Equifax. What I did was I turned around that same day and I went over to PenFed and got 2 more credit cards and a loan. Now I've got 6 accounts with 2 inquiries. Now what you want to do is the same thing for the other bureaus, right? So now leave Equifax alone. And in the list that I'm going to share with you guys, at the bottom, you're going to see in the secret lenders list, you'll go to TransUnion. And you're going to do the same thing. You're going to find a bank, okay, preferably a credit union. And what you want to do is go there, apply, and then immediately apply for other accounts as well, because they will use the same inquiry as the TransUnion. So conservatively, guys, you can get 15 to 20 credit cards with literally 3 inquiries on each bureau. This is called stacking, okay? Now, let me show you another trick. The other cool thing that you can do okay, and a lot of people know it as is double dipping, is that you can go and open up a browser, one in Safari, one in Google Chrome, one in Explorer, right? Open up different browsers. And then what you want to do is the same thing I just told you. You want to apply for multiple credit cards, but you want to do this from different banks. So let's say you want a Citibank. Let's say you want a little Citibank action. Let's say you want a Citibank. Okay. So what you're going to do is you're going to fill out the application in Explorer. All the way to the bottom, don't hit submit. Fill out the entire application. Then you're going to pop over to your Google Chrome and you're going to fill out the application for your Barclays JetBlue. Okay. Then what you're going to do is you're going to pop over to TD Bank, and that'll be your third one. Now, this is called stacking, double dipping, because what you can do is once you get the entire application filled out, just don't hit submit. Then what you want to do in 30 seconds or less is go down to the bottom and hit submit, go to the next browser, go down to the bottom, hit submit, and go to the third one, hit submit. And the really cool thing about it, it tricks the system into one inquiry. So you can get 3 credit cards with 1 inquiry. And that's a really, really cool thing called double dipping that a lot of people have been using for years. And it's actually how I got a lot of my credit cards as well. The other thing you can do is just go to pre-approval and put the card name in. And this will give you an idea, right? So for example, like a Navy Federal credit card, Go Rewards, okay? You can go to Navy Federal, type in Google, Navy Federal, Go Rewards card pre-approval. And it's going to pull up a screen. You can do the same thing with Barclays. Barclays, pre-approval credit card. Citibank, pre-approval credit card. And then it's going to ask you for your name and phone number and your date of birth. And it's going to ask you for your last 4 of your social. Sometimes it won't ask you for any part of your social. It's going to pull your public record. Okay? But sometimes it will ask you for the last 4 of your social. When you hit submit, this will not cost you an inquiry. However, it will give you about a 75% chance of the system saying, yes, you would be approved for it if you do the application. So this isn't a real application, but it gives you about a 70 to 75% chance of going, okay, cool. It's saying, hey, you would be approved for this account. Now you can go apply for it for real, and the chances of getting approved are very high. So why take the risk of actually going right to the application when you can put in the pre-approval first, see if you're going to get it. If it says, hey, at this time, we don't have any offers for you, then don't apply for the credit card. If it says, hey, congratulations, you've been pre-approved, then more than likely, when you go do your real application, followed by that, you'll get approved for the card. So I always note, no harm, no foul. Always go to pre-approval first, check it out first, see if you get approved, and then go back to the application, actually do a real application. This is how over the last 2 years, I've gotten 43 credit cards. Just by the tricks I just told you right there. Double dipping, stacking up with the credit bureaus, knowing what bureau pulls from which card pulls from each bureau. I'm going to give you the document, okay, called a secret lenders list. That document's going to tell you everything you need to know. The bureaus, the score, the credit limit that you could possibly get based on your score, gives you everything. So, right, you guys are smart. You're going to go, okay, cool. I can get 3 credit cards from Equifax, 3 from TransUnion, and 3 from Experian. Why would you want to get 9 from one bureau? Because what happens is you hit a ceiling, you hit a limit internally with a system. And if you hit 9 inquiries on one bureau, it's going to flag it. 3 inquiries to each bureau, though, now you can potentially get 9 credit cards very easily. 3 credit cards from Equifax, 3 from Experian, 3 from TransUnion, very easily, because you're hitting each bureau and the other bureaus don't know about it because it only pulls from that one bureau. Right? For example, Navy Federal. Right? Navy Federal generally pulls Equifax. Okay? So, and they pull TransUnion if you're going to get a vehicle or a loan. So if I knew that, I would apply for their credit card. Right? I would apply for their rewards card. I know that it's going to pull Equifax. But I know that if I go to Barclays, that they're going to pull my Experian. And I know if I want something like a Synchrony Bank or Comenity Bank has a lot of Visa cards, they're all TransUnion. You're going to see in the list that I'm going to share with you below all the credit cards and how cool this thing is. if you're looking at me right now and you're like, hey, Mike, I got a 500 credit score and I can't even get a Horizon Gold credit card, right? Because I know that's like 29.9% interest, maybe 34. I don't know how much they rape you when it comes to the interest. And they give you like $300. If you're like, look, I can't even get those kind of credit cards right now because I got collections and charge-offs and, I've got a bunch of late payments on my credit, then don't apply for a bunch of credit cards. I met a guy the other day. He had 254 inquiries. 254 inquiries. Dude, like there's a point in time when you got to stop applying for things. 254 inquiries, right? So, and by the way, and just so you guys know, if you don't have collections, you don't have any late payments, you don't have any charge-offs, but you have like 30 inquiries, it doesn't matter if you have a completely clean file. If you got all those inquiries, they're not going to approve you anyway. All right, so inquiries play a big part in getting approved, as well as the collection, charge-offs, and late payments. But if you're looking at me right now, you're like, dude, I mean, this is great. You got 43 credit cards, right? I was in the same position you guys were. Same position, like not that long ago. And I was like, okay, I need to do something about it. The difference is I did something about it. I want you guys to do something about it. I want you to have an 829 credit score, and I want you to do a video for me and go, hey, thanks to Mike in the credit game, I now have 30, 40 credit cards. I now have $250,000 in credit card availability. That's what I want for you guys. So how do we make that happen? I'm going to share with you 3 things you need to do. The first thing you need to do is you need to make a decision. First thing, make a decision. I want a high credit score so I can provide for myself and my family, period. You got to make a decision first, because if you don't believe it's going to happen, it ain't going to happen. Number 2, you need to call me. Okay? It doesn't happen overnight. And you have the legal right. I have to tell you have the legal right to challenge anything you feel is incorrect on your credit report. You can do this yourself. The process is anywhere between 8 and 18 months generally, depending on how fast you move, if you do it yourself. Just like I make a joke and I'm like, dude, if you can get up there and you have a problem with your heart, you could cut your chest open and essentially you could put a stent in your own artery, right? You could do your own surgery if you wanted to, but I think that you'd probably want to go to a heart surgeon instead of doing it yourself. That's the difference with credit. People that do this day in and day out, they know all the strategy. They know what to do. They're not guessing, right? When you have thousands of files that you've been doing, you know the game. And when you learn the credit game, it's very easy to do someone's file and know what to challenge, how to dispute the negatives, what to look for the inaccuracies. What are they looking for when they're looking for obsolete information or erroneous information that was on there? It's incorrect. It's unfair because the account numbers are wrong, right? And you're like, the account numbers are wrong. Maybe the credit limit's different. The open date's different. The close date's different. This account shouldn't be there because it's past the 7-year. Maybe it's past the statute of limitations. These are things that my vendor knows. These are things that I know, but I don't do credit repair. My vendor's the best in the world, okay? And that's why they do the credit repair. I teach you the game. I teach you the game so when your credit repair is finished, you don't go backwards. That's my job. My job is to help you there. My job is to help you maintain that credit score, leverage it, get more credit cards, get more business credit cards, start a business so you can start building your business credit and get more business credit cards. That's my job, okay? But I'm going to leave it to the professionals to actually remove the negative information off your credit report that's not supposed to be there, okay? That being said, I got word this morning. Guys, I do these videos, and it's a small group of people that actually take action. Who are like, you know what? Look, I don't have good credit. I got some money, but I don't have good credit. If I'm talking to you right now, you're like, look, I got bad credit. I want to get a better credit score. I want to do a better job for my family. I want to get some, whatever. I just want freedom. If that's you, but you got money, then call me because I want to help you. Like I was in the same position you guys were in, and I did something about it. And the only way that it's going to change is if you do something about it. So do something about it. First step is you got to make a decision. Okay, I'm ready. I want to change my life. Number 2 is you got to call me. 904-420-7772. That's 904-420-7772. Call me and say, I am ready to change my life. And then guess what from there you have to do? You sit back and you let us do the work. You let the vendor fix your credit. I tell you exactly what to do when your credit repair is done, on how to maintain it, but then really how to build it so you guys can start going and getting the credit card, the higher limit credit cards, not the baby boys, right? We're past like the little Horizon Golds and the little Credit One banks and the little Capital One Platinum cards, right? We're past that. I had those 5-6 years ago. I had those, right? I make a joke out of it today, but I had those, right? And I got rid of them and then started getting higher and higher limits, right? Been able to work my way up to a $100,000 credit limit. I want you guys to be able to do that. So make a decision today. I got money. I'm ready to invest. I want to change my credit life, my financial future forever. That's you, and I'm talking to you. The second thing you have to do is call me because I'm just opening up right now. I just got word. I got 2 more spots today on our Lambo program. I've got the associates program. I've got the bachelor's program. I've got the master's program, and I've got the Lambo. And I can only do 2 on the Lambo. The vendor called me this morning and said we can open up 2 more spots. This is very exclusive for people that are serious about getting results, serious about doing it fast. If that's not you and you got a little bit of time, then maybe start crawling before you're running and maybe do the associates program and then work your way up. Okay, the Lambo's not for everybody. It is for serious people that are like, boom, I want results. I want them fast. I'm ready to change my life. Like, boom, I'm ready. Okay, so I've got 2 spots. It's that exclusive. I can't open it up like I can open up the associates. This thing is very exclusive for people that are looking for fast results. And that's why it is so exclusive, because they can't open up to everybody, to the general public, and just say, hey, it's a free-for-all, because they are really taking care of each and every client to make sure that it's done in a very timely manner. In 45 days or less, they're getting results. So 904-420-7772. This is how you get a bunch of credit cards, guys. This is how you get leverage. This is how you get freedom. And this is how you're going to change your life for you and your family. So make the decision today. 904-420-7772. Call me and sit back and relax. Watch the videos in here as I'm teaching you what you need to do while your credit repair is being done. You're learning what you need to do here. And then on top of that, you'll see I put 75% off of Tradelines as well in there for you, so you can build up your credit after the credit repair is done and start getting much higher credit limits. My name is Mike from The Credit Game. I'll talk to you in a few minutes at 904-420-7772. Let's roll.